What's going on, people? Welcome back to AFTV. It's time for the predicted 11 video for Newcastle versus Arsenal. Newcastle versus Arsenal, that is it, in the second leg of the Carabao Cup. I've got Laurie and James joining me. You know how this thing goes. What we want to see, we can discuss that in each position, and what we think Arteta's going to go with. There's a few question marks on certain positions due to what we saw against City. So let's get straight into this. Bringing in Neto, or are we keeping David Raya for the game in the Carabao? Oh, he's cup tied. He can't even play.
Neto dive for a ball outside of his penalty area. I thought it might be best he doesn't play unless he absolutely has to. And listen, everyone can make a mistake, but David Raya starts.
Yeah.
That's it.
He's actually, and obviously, of course, I think he's cup tied anyway, and Neto for this. But David Raya, I think, off the bat, you saw against Man City, he made some incredible saves. Did he go under the radar a little bit when people mentioned all the performances, maybe because of the Ethans and I think people forget.
People mentioned him.
One or two people I was suggesting said he should have been made man of the match, which listen, he made some really good saves. But just the optics of that doesn't tell the right story, because if you're giving him man of the match, that suggests that he was the difference between us and City when it wasn't like that.
Yeah.
So big up to David Raya, though, man. Really good performance, and he continues to impress.
Okay, a full house. We want Raya in goal. Right back, Timber.
Yep,
standards.
Timbers continues to be an absolute warrior for us. Keeps going out there, playing 90 minutes at an intense level. People forget how much he bombs up and down that pitch, trying to offer support to the right-hand side. He's always in the wars. He's a top player. I love Timber, and I can't wait to see Timber and White. I can't wait to see at times maybe one of them play centre-back so Saliba can get a rest. But at the moment, there's no other options for basically three of that back four. Yeah. And Timber's been brilliant, so of course he plays.
It's funny. White
he played left-back the last time we went there, so Partey played right-back. Timber played left back last time we went to Newcastle.
Yeah, right now I think we have the options where we can keep Partey in his natural position and keep Timber there, and hopefully White should be back. He should be available now. They said it was 2 weeks ahead of schedule, so he should be available.
On Timber though, man, I concur with everything James said and more. He's a beast, man. I love that about him, physically and mentally. He's a beast. A lot of good stuff he does as well tends to go under the radar. He's a good baller. He's a complete footballer, man. And like I said, I love his mentality.
Centre back pairing: William Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes. There's nothing needs to be changed there.
The Rock, simple as that.
The Rock.
Yeah, man. That is. Is there a better centre back pairing in the Premiership?
No, you're asking.
Maybe even in Europe.
You're asking a bunch of Arsenal fans. There's no way I'm gonna.
No, I'm putting
say
it out
no
there.
to that. Well, okay, fair.
Is there?
I wouldn't trade them for any.
Yeah, no.
Liverpool fans will put forward Konate and Van Dijk, rightly so. But I wouldn't trade our two.
They're in a discussion, but I would argue that they're not better. But hey.
Okay, let's go to left back. This is where we can start talking. Do you rest him? You don't rest him. There's no game on the weekend. I mean, does Mars...
Lewis Skelly play, man? He plays.
Yeah, Mars Lewis Skelly?
Oh, 100%, man. I mean, it's amazing, isn't it? You got like what was he, 18-year-old?
Yeah, 18.
Academy,
he's 18, yeah.
Effectively keeping out one of Arsenal's big money signings in Calafiori. But listen, man, you just cannot quantify what this guy's doing at this age. It's amazing. And he's in that vein of form. You just simply have to keep him in for now.
Is there an argument to say it's an away fixture? It might be quite daunting. I mean, I don't want to say daunting because he's risen to every occasion, but being an away fixture, Arteta likes and tends to play Mars Lewis Skelly at home when you see it. I know maybe Wolves might be one where he was played away, but is that any...
I just saw him take the game to Erling Haaland, man. Like, forget the celebration and copying his celebration. It's the way he marked him at the back post. Managed to sort of use his body to shoulder 6'4" Erling Haaland out the way, and then at times was driving through the centre of midfield with Haaland trying to win the ball back, and he couldn't, get the wrong side of or the right side of Lewis Skelly without conceding the foul. So I don't think Lewis Skelly's fazed by any of it, quite frankly. The reality is that I'm a big Calafiori fan, but what Calafiori's given us is really good, like, marauding runs up and down the pitch. He's actually more of a galloper than I kind of realised in terms of like tearing into space. But Lewis Skelly's actually the better defender, which I didn't expect from a midfielder, because remember, Calafiori's a centre-back gone left-back. Lewis Skelly's a midfielder gone to left-back. And the way Lewis Skelly's used his body, his positioning, his understanding the role, for me, has been better than Calafiori this season. I think Calafiori will give us a lot. I really do. I think he will age as a very good signing for us. But some players are just very, very good squad players who come in and out, who maybe have a run of 10 games, maybe they have a run at centre-back, maybe they play whatever. Lewis Skelly eventually will develop into a midfielder, probably. But for now, he just deserves the spot because he's been the best player in any, whether you're talking tactically, going forward, defensively, whatever you're talking about, mentally rising to the big occasion. Lewis Kelly's been the best option at left back over anyone we got.
He's like a bulldog. His strength as well, I think, goes unnoticed a little bit. The people say he uses his body, but actual strength. I've seen him bounce Joe Linton. I remember it, when we played away, he tried to get him off the ball, and Miles Lewis Kelly was having none of it. So, well said.
I mean, it's interesting because I was talking on the way down to the studio today to my brother Robbie, and we were talking about Miles Lewis Kelly and the impact he's had since he's come into the team, and we're talking about the mentality. It's next level, bro. Trust me, that what you're seeing there is not natural. He just embraces the challenge and he just rises to the occasion every time. And what I like about him as well is that not only is he doing the stuff on the pitch, but the mentality of the kid is that, sometimes when you see kids, they do certain things, and some players, they can display a little bit of arrogance, but it's a controlled thing with him. He knows what he's doing. And that is kind of rare. He's got that next level mentality which sets him apart.
Just lastly, I got told after the game, the broadcasters wanted him for an interview, but the club said, nah, just go and enjoy, put you in front of the camera.
I think that's a wise decision.
And I think that is very wise for the club.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
Protect him.
Because when you're that adrenaline fueled and all that, I think not that he would have said anything mad, but you could see what character is. He's enjoying the moment. I think the club were right. They're very smart to do that, and had a little word about. I got told about that after the game. Going into midfield, Thomas Partey, Rice, Odegaard. I think
it has to be. They're really ticking as a three.
That's our best midfield. We said that many times. I think I'd said that previous starting 11 shows or preview shows. Man. Rice, Partey, Odegaard is the established best trio that we can put out, and
okay. Then not much more to say on that midfield. I think it's a bit picks itself, and it gives us the best chance of getting 2 or more goals. Front three, people. Now, but what are we doing here?
I've got a controversial one here.
Right. Okay.
You lead. Like... Yeah, you start, because I'm. This is. Remember, we've all agreed up to this point on what we think Arteta's going to go with and what we want to see. This is where
it's not that controversial. Okay,
go on.
I predicted and understood before a ball's kicked against Man City that Martinelli was going to start on the right. I think I said it in this preview. I definitely said it on a live on AFTV. I said, look, you're still playing Man City, still got to look at their threats. Nunez and Gavardi will bomb up and down the pitch. Anyone who's been watching the videos I've been on will be bored of me saying this. So Martinelli being asked to do that job, everyone always likes to look at what does the player do on the ball, what do they do on the ball, but they spend about 89 minutes of the game not with the ball.
Correct.
So what are they doing in that time? And Martinelli has proven that for those 89 minutes, he can do what he's got to do. And maybe Ethan Nwaneri, 17 young player, bags of talent, maybe he doesn't understand that side of the game yet. Maybe he does. We don't know. We haven't seen yet, so I don't know if he does or doesn't. But Martinelli certainly does. So we went with a known quantity. In that front three, though, now against Newcastle, it's going to be about moments. It's going to be about game-breaking moments, things that open a back four, something that gets them uncomfortable, something that you turn a half chance into a goal, or even into a shot, something like that. And Arsenal don't have a lot of that in the game. So I think Ethan Nwaneri has to start on the right. And I'd go for Trossard on the left. I thought he was really good against Man City. I thought he was really good at home against Villa. I thought he was really good at home against Tottenham. I thought he was good away at Wolves. He created that big chance for Kai Havertz away at Wolves before we went down to 10 men. I think Trossard has been in top form and is probably more likely to pick a lock than Martinelli. Martinelli will run at a fullback time and time again. A more open game, he might do more. But I think for what this game requires, I think Trossard might have the answers more than Martinelli. So it's Trossard, Havertz, please take your chances, Kai. Well done the other day, but we're not going to get many, and we need him efficient. And then Ethan on the right.
Mine's a bit more controversial, but I'll go to mine afterwards. Your front three.
Well, it's interesting because James preempted a lot of what I was going to say there, and I don't want to parrot him, but the reason why as well I've gone for Miles Lewis Kelly to start is that in the previous game when I've gone for
Ethan Nwaneri.
Ethan Nwaneri. So in the previous game when I'd said that I'd preferred Martinelli to start, that was because I was citing the defensive duty and I was looking at bringing on Nwaneri as the impact player. This game I've gone the other way around. We need a goal as early as we possibly can, and I think if you ask me who's more likely to create that bit of magic or score that early goal between Nwaneri and Martinelli, I think it's going to be Nwaneri. So I'm going for him to start, and Martinelli be the impact play it on this occasion. Okay, I know that we spoke about Martinelli's defensive prowess and all that stuff, but yeah, so I'm going with that. And the reasons for Trossard has already been explained by James. And obviously Havertz is going to go through the middle. One thing I would say about Havertz, and I did say this on Which Along, so I'm not being wise after the event, is that when he missed that, let's face it, fairly easy chance. So I would say easy, period.
Easy, period.
I kind of stuck with him. I said, look, we've seen many strikers in the past miss easy goals and redeem themselves later on in the game. And he did just that. In fact, the chance that he took, that he scored from, was way more difficult than the one that he missed. So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt, and hopefully you've got a lot of confidence from that, and he can do the business on Wednesday.
Okay. Thank you for that, Laurie. My front three is Ethan Manieri on the right, on the left Martinelli, and Ollie Watkins up front.
I like that.
And for clarity,
do you know something that we don't?
No, I do not. I promise.
This is literally coming out after that.
Yeah, exactly. There's no way. So let me make
no way this can look good for you.
Let me make this clear to the audience. We have recorded this right now at 20 to 5 p.m. on deadline day, so nothing's happening right now. There's no sign of Ollie coming. But I also heard, this is truth as well, he was unused sub in round 3 and 4 for Villa, so he's actually available. He's not cup tied, so I'm praying, I'm hoping that is the front three we see come Wednesday night.
It's literally coming out after dead. I don't know why you do this.
Because he might be here. And then I'll look like an absolute genius. But it's not. It's very unlikely. It's probably going to be Ethan, Havertz and Martinelli, if I'm honest. I don't think he's going to go with
I'll post a public apology.
Yeah, I'll also be in the comments apologising if we haven't got Ollie Watkins.
If we get him and all this was an outstanding prediction, I will post a public apology.
Do you know what's crazy as well, though? Even if we do sign him, and he's not going to start, but you know, we can hope. But that is what I want to see. I think. What do we think Arteta's going to go? We've all done what the three we want to see up front. Do you think Arteta just sticks with?
I think he'll stick with the 11 that did what they did against City. And I think it will be Martinelli for Manieri.
Yeah, he seems like a guy that's very sort of methodical in his approach, and there is that old adage about why change a winning team and all that type of stuff. But at least, man, he's got some options there, which is great. So let's see how he goes. Yeah,
and also their wingers are threats at Newcastle, so we're gonna need to have players that work back. Yeah, exactly. I think that's very key. I think it's very important that I know Ethan Manieri is going to be itching to start, but you got to think things through logically, and I think he probably will go the same 11 we saw against Man City. But that's what we want to see. That's what we think Arteta's going to go with. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Am I going absolutely crazy? Well, by now you lot will know if we've signed anyone. This could age really badly.
Shocking.
Here's what it is. Like the video on your way out. Make sure you stay tuned to everything we've got coming out on AFTV. Take care, people.